Hi, welcome to Hari Technofacts YouTube channel. In this video, we can learn about Introduction to CAN protocol. CAN stands for Controller Area Network. CAN protocol developed by Robert Bosch in 1983 and it is released officially in 1986. CAN follows ISO 11898 standards. ISO 11898-1 follows low speed or medium speed CAN. And ISO 11898-2 standards follows high-speed CAN. CAN speed is typically 1 Mbps. CAN is asynchronous serial communication protocol. So here what is asynchronous and what is synchronous? Asynchronous is nothing but sender and receiver no need to synchronize with the clock signal. Whereas in synchronous communication, sender and receiver should be synchronized with the clock signal. Now we can see CAN bus in real time, how it look like. So here we have two wires, CAN high and CAN low, and this CAN bus is terminated with 120 ohm resistor at both ends. And we have here engine control, airbag, ABS, body control module, transmission control module, suspension control module. So these are the nodes present on the CAN bus. So in this picture, we can define CAN protocol is nothing but how can data transfer from one node to another node over the CAN bus. So here CAN high and CAN low are twisted pair cable. Now we can see why CAN protocol they have chosen bus topology. So now this system is without CAN and this is the with CAN. So here the connections are one-to-one connections in the star topology. In the star topology, the system looks very clumsy. So here in this system, we need more wiring harness to connect. Whereas in the bus topology, we have only two wires. Those are CAN high and CAN low. So we can connect n number of nodes easily. And this bus topology system looks very simple. In this star topology, if any node has a fault or error, the entire system can impact or damage. Whereas in bus topology, if any node is fault or error, those nodes can be replaced. So the remaining nodes are still active on the network. And in the bus topology, we use only two wires. So the wiring harness can be reduced so that the weight of vehicle also to reduce. And in the star topology, if any node has an error, it's very difficult to find out. Whereas in the bus topology, it is very easy to find out which node is having the error or fault. In order to meet the automotive requirements, because of these constraints, CAN protocol, they have used bus topology. Now we can see CAN bit representation. Logical 0 represents dominant bit, logical 1 represents recessive bit. So here dominant bit, the voltage difference is 2 volts. So here CAN high at voltage level 3.5 volts. So CAN low is 1.5 volts. Whereas in recessive bit, CAN high and CAN low both are at 2.5 volts. The voltage difference is 0 volts. When the voltage difference is 0 volts and the CAN high and CAN low both are at 2.5 volts level, ideally the CAN bus should be in the ideal. We have two types of CAN. One is standard CAN, another one is extended CAN. In the standard CAN, we use 11-bit identifier, which means 2 power 11 2048 message identifiers. So standard CAN also known as CAN 2.0a. Whereas in extended CAN, We use 29-bit identifier, which means 2 power 29, 537 million message identifiers we can use. Extended CAN is also known as CAN 2.0b. So we have standard CAN, so then why they have invented extended CAN? When we use in cars, there are less number of ECUs, so these 2048 message identifiers may be sufficient, whereas in the heavy trucks, there are more and more electronic control units. In this case, these 2048 message identifiers is not sufficient, so that's why they use extended CAN. In CAN network, maximum 8 bytes of payload of data we can transfer over the bus. If you need to send more than 8 bytes of data, then we need to choose CAN FD. Now we can see where this CAN protocol used in real time. So CAN protocol used in automotive, military, industrial, medical, agriculture, and marine. That's all, friends. In next video, we can learn about another CAN protocol concept. If you like the content, please subscribe, share, and like the videos. Thanks for watching.